Here we go, folks. Modified sprint feature time. Round 2, Avon Insurance Brokers. Modified sprint king of the South. And it's Paul Cox in the 5. He got the cannon job. Clayton Phillips in second spot. Harry McIntyre in third. Then Liam Astle rounding out the top 4. Astle looking for a little bit of an opportunity to move down under McIntyre. Courtney Jones in the Springston Hotel car, currently sitting there in 5th. And then we go to Gus Dawson rounding out the top 6 in that 9N car out of Nelson. But Coxie has his foot hard down on the throttle. And when he's in that sort of mood, he is going to take some reeling in. Big battle going on there for second and third between Clayton Phillips and Harry McIntyre. One making a cross-country excursion, that's Neil Cowrie in the 32 car. The battle for second and third continues between Phillips and McIntyre. McIntyre's got the inside running, so Phillips is going to have to carry some real pace. Yellow comes on. Some debris on the racetrack just towards the exit of turn number 2.
So a great start there by Craig Cox, AJ. He's really got the handling of that car all under control now. There was a couple of nights there where he couldn't even get the car around the corner, but certainly the chief engineer has made all the changes, and Coxie is a throttle merchant for sure, and hard to see him getting beaten unless he makes a few mistakes. So the guy that can pressure him, of course, is Clayton Phillips, and looking like Clayton's the second fastest car on the track. Coxie lapping at 14.6 seconds. The fastest behind him is Clayton Phillips at 15.0. So some real horsepower in that 5C car by sponsored by Import Parts.
Yeah, not a whole lot of love lost between the 14 car of Clayton Phillips and Harry McIntyre. So it was a ding-dong battle that was starting to develop there. Liam Astle in the Avon Insurance 8 car, poised to move from grid number 4. That's the outside of the second row. Courtney Jones on inside of row number 3, so that's grid 5, and outside of her the 9 of Gus Dawson. Good to see a modified sprint registered up to Nelson as well. So they are spreading their wings. Green flag flies. Still 12 laps to go in the 15-lap journey for the modified sprint feature race. Craig Cox has got the wick well and truly turned up. Eyes a little further back. What a run by Gus Dawson in the collision centre machine. Trying to round the Liam Astle car. He has got some real pace and some momentum, and he's carrying every little scrap of it. Clayton Phillips hanging on to that second spot. Harry McIntyre in third, but Astle and Dawson, gee, they are having a good old scrap there for 4th and 5th. Craig Cox, well, he's just about pack up and leave home as Astle makes an excursion onto the infield and now parks up the 8 car. Courtney Jones, she's got some top wing issues, starting to fold up on her. That'd be like trying to open a garden gate with one hinge. We got another one doing some fumigation there, exiting turn number 4. Maybe Brett Booth.
Yeah, Boothie's car looks like it's expired there in turns 4. It looks like a water issue. Maybe he's cooked the radiator at this stage. It didn't look too bad as far as oil goes, but that car will get pushed to the infield, and Coxie will have to do it all again. So restarts, he's certainly going to have to work for this feature race tonight.
Yeah, yes, but he is one of those drivers. Never give Craig Cox one scrap of an opportunity, because he is going to take it and he's going to shake it.
Yeah, as we've said, he's a real throttle merchant, is Craig Cox. A real strength in the modified sprint racing, the Import Parts. 5C car, and there he is again, Clayton Phillips, the only guy that can sort of hold on to him for a lap or two. Gets his second or third chance now to take him on at the restart.
He's like a rash. He just won't go away, will he? He's always enjoyed watching Clayton Phillips race because there aren't even scraps left on the plate. Scrutiny is having a look at the 11 car. They consider that the top wing is held on by a few rivets.
I see they got the infield test, a bit of a shake, and it's still hanging together. So
it's a bit like the car yard, kick the tyre and say, yeah, she'll do. I'd say it's a little bit more than that. They would have got a pretty fair judgment of the integrity of the struts that are left holding that top wing on. But you know, people do say, what value is a top wing on a car? Well, you know, I always say, you know, wind down the window and just put your hand outside.
Yep.
When you're doing 60 mile an hour, give it a little bit of angle and you start feeling the downforce, then multiply it by the size of the wing and the speed.
Yeah.
And yeah, it sticks these babies to the racetrack.
So a fairly sedate restart here by Craig Cox. He's determining the pace here, and he probably thinks he's got a better chance of starting slow and accelerating quickly.
Yeah, he's going to pull the trigger when he feels like. The rest of them are guessing, he's knowing. And there you go. Gus Dawson's been caught napping. I was waiting for Dawson to make the big charge, but yeah, he got left behind. But look at this, a big charge by Gus Dawson up into third, and he is hunting down the 14 car of Clayton Phillips. Oh man, he's got Harry McIntyre, has showed some real pace and purpose with his racing. And these two continue their battle. Craig Cox, yeah, he's locked and loaded. He's just about going up the gangway right now. Clayton Phillips still hanging on to that second. Dawson's shaken off McIntyre, but for how long? Courtney Jones in the 5th spot. Laps counting down quickly. That's 9 of 15, 6 to go. With Craig Cox in the import parts, modified sprint number 5. The Cox Racing, he's quite a motorsport enthusiast. Phillips still hanging on to second. Let's see what Dawson does here. He's going to try and hope that he can get Phillips snookered a little and have Phillips go out wide. It was Dawson almost undid himself, then got a little bit sideways on, got some work to do. That opened the door for Harry McIntyre. So McIntyre, he takes over the 3rd spot. Oh boy, it's the Fast, the Furious and the Fearless out there. Modified sprint feature time. White flag out, next time by the NPD 100% fuels. Start finish line here at the Racecourse Hotel and Motor Lodge, Ruapuna Speedway. And it is going to be Craig Cox. Phillips still hanging on to the second. Oh boy, that was one move and a half. And now Dawson looks like he's going to take 3rd from Harry McIntyre, who probably had his name written all over the prize money check. Craig Cox takes the win. Clayton Phillips 2nd. Gus Dawson 3rd. Harry McIntyre 4th. Courtney Jones will be in 5th, and rounding out the top 6, the 32 of Neil Carey.
Well, what a race that was, folks, and the racing was really for 3rd and 4th, with Gus Dawson putting on a hell of a run for the last 3 laps. He managed to get past the very quick Harry McIntyre and secure himself a place on the podium. Good on you, Gus, just 18 years old. 2nd being Clayton Phillips, a pretty steady race there. And Craig Cox, congratulations to you, mate. Another feature win for you here at the Racecourse Hotel and Motor Lodge, Ruapuna Speedway. Good stuff, Louise. You've got Craig Cox beside you.
Yeah, well, congratulations, Craig. That was certainly a very convincing feature win there. You looked really comfortable in the car. You were able to navigate those restarts really well, and that lap traffic towards the end as well, so maintain a really healthy lead there.
Yeah, no, it was definitely good. We've been fighting with the car for the whole half of last season and then into the start of this season, so it's just nice to have that sorted out and actually be able to drive it and it do what I've wanted it to do. So, yeah.
The modified sprint class certainly looking healthy tonight for round 2 of their King of the South series. Your feature winner, Craig Cox.